Facebook family. Welcome back to our show. Welcome. We're glad that you joined us again. My name is John Long with H-empirical, and we got Jason with us. Jason Vera, our Chief Operating Officer, as usual.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And don't forget, what is today, John? Mike, Anthony?
Taco Tuesday,
Taco
baby.
Tuesday, that's right. Glad to be here. We're here at the headquarters,
Yes.
like John had said. And, well, how was your, to start it off, how was your 4th of July weekend? Was it?
It was good. It was quiet. It was nice
quiet?
and quiet. You know, we stayed home, with all the COVID kind of going on, like everyone else. We just stayed home. There's so many things that were canceled. I went and bought some fireworks for the kids, and we kind of did a few, waiting to see if anyone was going to report us to the police. Pop a few,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Run back inside, turn off all the lights, see if any police came. No police came, so we'd go back.
Go right back
more.
out.
And then we'd point them we'd put all the leftovers in one of those neighbors' yards.
A neighbor's yard.
So it would look like they did it, not us. I'm just kidding.
I used to do that as a kid all the time, but one time I did get caught. I still remember. I got wasn't a pleasant evening for me that evening. My dad got really mad at me for doing that. But anyways, well, one of the things that I did want to say, you were talking about a lot of things had been canceled, and we had an upcoming event that we were really looking forward to, John. Right? Bernie Market Days, which was going to take place this Saturday and Sunday in the beautiful city of Bernie, where our headquarters is. Unfortunately, the city mayor decided to go ahead and cancel that due to the COVID-19 spike.
Better
that
be
we've been
safe than
seeing.
sorry.
Yeah.
I get it. There's just so much going on right now, so it's always best to be safe. So
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, it is what it is right now, but we'll just have to kind of plan for the next one.
Yeah, I think they did push us off to August, so keep our fingers crossed that hopefully things would be getting better for us in the city, and both Bernie and San Antonio. So we'll keep tuned in to see when those dates will be. It's going to be mid-August.
Absolutely.
And I believe we still are going to be the only CBD company. Not that the other companies would have a chance against our superior products, but nevertheless, we'll keep you informed on upcoming events.
Good, we're excited about that.
But remember to comment, like, and share.
Yep.
And,
comment, and share.
Comment, and share.
We always like to hear your comments. If you have any new questions or concerns, we'd love to hear anything that you have to share with us. We'd like to be able to answer those questions for you. As you know, or may not know, this is actually National Hemp Month.
That's right.
Did you know?
I did not know that. We were informed tonight by Mike Anthony. He did tell me. I confused it with something else, but he corrected me right away. But yeah, National Hemp Month.
Yes.
So happy Hemp Month.
Yes. And this is actually our 15th episode that we've done so far of these shows. So so we're launching something new. It's going to be called the Green Room now. Since of course we got our backdrop with our CBD hemp, so it'll be called the Green Room. So we're really excited about that. So starting from now on, you'll see instead of just interviews with us, it'll be now the Green Room with us. So really excited about that.
When's that going to be effective?
I think that'll be on our next, this show tonight.
This show tonight?
I think y'all put that on for tonight's show, right?
So it's going to be the first one in the Green Room.
So our episode number 15 is now the Green Room.
Super exciting.
Yeah,
exciting
awesome
stuff.
So actually, we're moving up in the world. Look at that.
Hey, after 15.
One more episode, episode 16, we'll be on the same 4 months already.
That's right.
I can't believe, people, well, luckily we don't do people, live here. They can't throw eggs at us or anything.
They can't throw eggs at us, that's right. Not to go back to the 4th of July weekend, but I didn't share what I did. So we have family that lives in Rockport, Texas. For those who are familiar with Rockport, it's kind of by Port Aransas and Corpus Christi. So we went fishing. Surprisingly, the boat ramps were open.
Oh,
so
wow.
that was a good thing.
Great.
They had been closed for weeks. And went in there. We're looking forward to it. Bought all the tackle and everything, and the live
Catch the big fish.
Well, see, that was what was supposed to happen, but unfortunately, that didn't happen.
Really?
I mean, it was so hot, John. I mean, the only thing that I caught was a sunburn. I mean, I was so red. When I came back, I even used that, SPF 50 or whatever. Hey, that would be a good idea. To sunblock CBD infused.
Well, I don't know if you've used our topical cream. Can't believe you didn't call me. Our topical cream works amazing on sunburns.
Oh, my.
Amazing on sunburns.
I was in the Hurt Locker pretty bad that
You
night.
should have called me.
I should have.
Those questions, you always pick up the phone.
Yeah.
You don't have to call the hotline here.
I could call the hotline after hours.
You can call me direct.
Where are you at, John? But
Yeah, actually, no. Our CBD cream actually, and not even the lidocaine cream. The lidocaine cream would work really well for the sunburn.
Right.
But actually, our topical cream would work amazing on that.
Amazing on it.
So I've done it not only for myself but for my kids as well.
Nice.
It works great for mosquito bites too.
Sure.
Which again, it's a
Oh.
natural anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
So not only does it soothe, because of course we have the aloe in there, we also have the arnica. So it's a natural anti-inflammatory,
Right.
and also with the CBD decreases the pain response.
Nice.
So stops those receptors from those inflammatory responses that's giving you that constant pain, that burning that you're feeling.
Oh yeah.
So you can't turn left or right.
You can't
sleep
turn left
on
or
your
right.
back. You can't sleep on your front.
It was bad. It was bad. I still have some remnants of the sunburn on my face, but my back is really bad.
Wow.
But nevertheless, it was a nice outing with family. We didn't, obviously, that a lot of restaurants, same thing down there. Their capacities are at like 25%. And then, you have to wear a mask everywhere. But they had a really nice, fortunately, my better half's family has a house on the water. So they had a really nice fireworks show.
Awesome.
And it was just, supposedly, it was not done by the city. It was done by someone privately. So they self-funded it. And it was like 25 minutes.
Wow.
And then they had a finale at the end, dude.
That's
And
pretty
I was
pricey.
like, dude, it would blow like Six Flags out of the water. And I'm not kidding.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Well, Six Flags did have a show. One of my daughters was telling me about it. She actually went over to, I think, Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom,
Nice.
and actually her and her boyfriend parked there, and they said that the show there was amazing.
Oh, wow.
Six Flags fireworks show. But, they've already done, they do great shows there to begin with.
That's true.
So, but it was pretty awesome for them, so they had a great time. Hello, Kimmy. Thanks for joining us here, yes, at the Green Room. Appreciate that. And I think we also sent your products to you. I think you won. Actually, Kimmy was our winner last week. So Kimmy Mendez in California. So I'm glad that you're watching us again. So if you haven't received your product, you should be receiving it soon. So one of the things I want to talk about also was we have one of the things we'll be doing in July. We're going to be doing a lunch and learn. So I don't know
Nice.
if you've heard about this yet. But Lunch and Learns, a lot of people do them with different companies. We're planning on doing this on a Saturday where individuals can kind of come into our office, again, hoping that again, with the restrictions that Bernie allows us to do this. Individuals come to our office, we'll provide a lunch here, and then I'm going to kind of do a little mini seminar on what CBD is, how it works. We're going to talk about that tonight also in the show. I'm going to kind of do it in like a 10-minute thing about CBD working for you. Luckily, a lot of our consumers right now, probably 99% of the consumers that we haven't had a negative response yet.
True.
Which is fantastic. But again, we work really interactively with a lot of our consumers,
Right.
which for us is fantastic. But you have a lot of consumers who don't work interactively with whoever they buy from. So we're going to talk about that, about why they're non-CBD believers or why they don't believe in CBD, because they have tried it once or twice and it doesn't work for them.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about that tonight and why that is. So there's like 5 or 6 major questions that I want to ask them and find out what they're doing or how they're doing it wrong or what we can do to kind of change that mindset.
Yeah, and that's a perfect example, John. That's a great idea. That's, again, perfect example of what we're doing different than other CBD companies in San Antonio and the surrounding areas. Because it's a very competitive market. It's one thing to have a superior product. Yeah, I get it, which we do have. I'm not, patting ourselves on the back, but to make a difference is to have like these seminars like you were just talking about, and to keep them informed and they can have the opportunity to ask questions.
So Laura actually says, definitely going to have y'all try for my back pain. I failed lower back surgery, which is causing nerve pain also. So it's funny, Laura, because I've also had multiple surgeries on my back. So I had 2 microdiscectomies and a partial laminotomy. And I use our pain cream on my back as well as the oral tincture and gummies and everything else that we have just about.
Yeah.
But for me, it works well because I didn't want to be stuck on taking Vicodin or taking some type of Tylenol number 3 or something, because I can't function that way. I can't take the opioids and function. So for me, it was important to make sure that I could take something that was a lesser or something that was more natural,
Right.
that would give me the opportunity to really have that holistic feeling, where I could really feel good. My pain was definitely decreased, where I'm functional.
Right.
At the same time, I'm not gorked out of my mind.
Right. Which kind of leads into the topics of discussion
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
I know one of the things that you wanted to address was, are you taking the right dose?
Yeah. So yeah, well, again, is CBD working for you? That's kind of our first question to everyone. Everyone who's been taking CBD currently through us, has CBD been working for you? That's my question to you. So if you have any comments about that, please make sure you comment right now, because we're going to be answering these things for you. So the first thing that we're going to ask you is, are you taking the right dose? Because most times this is the first mistake that they're making.
Right.
Because a lot of times they'll go and they'll buy the cheapest one they could find at one of the stores.
Right.
So they go into these stores. Again, CBD, depending on where they go, if it's natural, if it's not natural, if it's just a hemp oil versus
I've seen
CBD
that.
product, those are all things you have to take into consideration.
Sure.
A lot of people just don't know those things. So if they go in and buy a lesser product,
Right.
then they're not going to get the response they're looking for, and ultimately they're going to say, well, CBD didn't work for me.
Bad experience.
They had a bad
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, and it's okay to feel nervous about whether or not this is the right, this is the right dose for you or not the right dose for you, because really there's no specific guidelines in dosing this just yet, because it's not regulated by the FDA.
By the FDA. Right.
So we're kind of still learning this, as we kind of go along. There's a lot of trials, clinical research trials that are currently out there, especially in Israel and Canada. And the United Kingdom actually has a number of clinical research trials as well. So we continue to kind of stay on top of all those trials. We have a lot of physicians that I currently talk to and I work with that actually are very big into cannabis.
Right.
They really like the cannabis scene, because for them, they don't like the whole aspect of treating their patients with opioids.
Opioids, yeah.
So they have really moved into, especially for a lot of them, they live in those states that actually sell cannabis.
Right.
So they're really pushing cannabis on those patients, because for them, their patients can be functional
Yeah.
at the right doses, and CBD as well. They can be functional at the same time. They're not having to worry about the addiction that a lot of people are running into right now with opioids.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing that we have to look at.
So everybody's body chemistry is different, correct?
It is. It is.
So your metabolism, how if you ingest it, you can metabolize it faster. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of different variables that have an effect on,
Well, yeah, and there's kind of some different things you want to look at. Some people can take 10 milligrams of CBD and do great. Some people have to take all the way up to 300 milligrams per day and to have a good response. And that all depends on your body chemistry.
Yeah.
Because again, depending on how well your makeup is in your cannabinoid system, and how well that your body's taking that in, and then your receptors are taking that in and responding to that,
Right.
is how well that your body's going to react to that. Because say if you have some type of liver dysfunction, or if you have an autoimmune disease, or say that you have some type of liver dysfunction, or you have some type of GI problem, where maybe you're taking gummies, and of
Right.
course it can't be absorbed through your gut. So then those are problems where the
that makes
CBD
sense.
can't be absorbed correctly, so you're not getting the response you're looking for.
Right. That
So
makes
those are all
sense.
things that we need to kind of look at. Is how well have you been taking? Are you taking the right dose? So we'll need to look at increasing your dose over a period of time. If that's something that we haven't done yet, we'll sit down and talk to you about what your dose should be, and then trying to increase your dose to that right dose.
So funny how you say period of time. Now, when I think of period of time, are you talking about you should give it at least a couple of weeks or a few months to work through your system to see the positive effects?
So that's my next question.
Okay.
So did you give CBD enough time to work? Because that's another big thing for a lot of people is like, well, my CBD didn't work on me. But you have to realize this is not like Vicodin or Xanax,
Right.
or taking a shot of tequila.
Right.
You're not going to have that immediate response.
That works.
A lot of times.
I know that.
Yeah, but when you take those type of drugs, or even that liquor like that, a hard
Sure.
liquor, your body's gonna respond well to that, or quickly to that. Not well. Your body's gonna respond quickly to that, because there's an autonomic response that your body's going to have to that. So that's what you want to look at. Is a lot of times people don't give their CBD enough time to work. So are you giving yourself a trial period that's long enough to work? Which for us is usually 7 to 10 days.
Okay.
That's naturally we want to give people 7 to 10 days taking the same dose before we look at increasing them to the next higher dose.
Gotcha.
So say they're taking, maybe the individual's taking maybe 500 milligrams. So they're taking 500 milligrams under the tongue on a tincture once a day. We'll ask them to take that for a week to 10 days, no response, or maybe their response is not as good as they'd like to see.
Right.
So maybe their functionality, say it's a rheumatoid arthritis patient because they have autoimmune disease, and maybe in the mornings they can get up, with maybe a little bit easier, but they still can't grasp their toothbrush, or they're having a hard time holding, tying their shoes, or standing up straight. These are a lot of things that people have with activities of daily living that a lot of us don't really think about every single day.
Right.
So maybe we need to increase them to 1,000 or 1,500 milligrams per day. So we'll look at increasing them to 1,000 first, let them try that for 2 to 3 days, and then maybe if that doesn't work, then increase them another 2 to 3 days later after that. So we'll titrate them up over a period of time.
That makes sense. Now, okay, so this is where somebody, actually I got two questions, not tonight, just in the past couple of weeks. How long on the sublingual, the tincture that you put under your tongue? One person said, shall I leave it 15 seconds, 30 seconds before I swallow it, or even 90 seconds?
Oh, no.
Well, I think that's a little overkill, in my opinion.
Yeah, anywhere between 15 to 30 seconds is a good enough time for those receptors to actually have time to respond and actually be absorbed underneath the tongue.
Okay.
Because you have so many receptors underneath your tongue that it's just amazing.
Right.
So 15 to 30 seconds is a good time, then you can swallow it down.
And you can swallow it down. Yeah, I usually keep it myself before bed, about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And
depending on what tinctures you get, some of them are actually, a lot of people sometimes, depending on where you buy them from, ours are all natural, so we wouldn't put any unnatural flavoring in ours. Ours are strictly we put the best products in there. But somebody told me recently that they were getting one with like cotton candy and something else with
wow.
it was
That's
just different things.
Yeah.
Which is great, but again, those aren't natural.
Sure.
So there's a lot of sugar added to those.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of byproducts that again are going to decrease the response of your CBD.
Yeah.
So those are things you need to kind of look at just as well. Again, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about next is, did you buy your product from a reputable source? So if you bought your product from H-empirical, then absolutely yes.
You have nothing to worry about. We have COAs to support
absolutely
every product,
on every single one of our products.
from seed to table, which is surprisingly not very common in the industry.
Unfortunately, it's not, and that's one of the things. If CBD ever gets to a point where, again, it's legalized in all 50 states,
Right.
But if it ever gets to a point where it actually is at a point where the FDA starts to regulate this, that's one of the things you're gonna see. It's going to be mandated through the FDA.
Right.
They are going to mandate testing on these products all the time, from seed to retail.
Right.
Because it's important. It's important. So we're just kind of getting one step ahead,
Yeah.
because we can kind of see what the writing on the wall.
Yeah, for those who don't know what a COA is, it stands for a Certificate of Authenticity or
Yes.
Analysis.
Analysis.
Excuse me. Certificate of Analysis. So what that basically tells you is what we're putting in our products is what we're putting in our products, and that's important. Especially on the CBD level. Are they putting the correct amounts of CBD in their tinctures or gummies or whatever that we actually have, or topical creams?
And for us, you can actually all of our products have this little QR code. So if you can see that, I'm not sure, Stephen, if you can kind of zoom in on that or not. But we have a QR code right there that you can actually scan with any QR reader, and that'll actually take you to any one of to that lab result for any one of those things, and actually allow you the opportunity to look at that lab result for that product. So you'll know exactly how much CBD was in there, how much THC was in there, to make sure it's within legal limits, which every single one of our products is.
Right.
Because again, we can't transport any of our products over state lines without it being 0.3 or less, because that's a state mandate. That's a federal mandate, excuse me.
Oh yeah.
So that's really, really important. And of course, all the other cannabinoids you'll actually find are actually be on those lab results. So you'll be able to see every single thing in there.
So super important, if you're buying something, if it's not from H-empirical, make sure to make that they have those COAs.
Yeah.
That's extremely important. You're
But,
putting
and
it
it's
in your
funny
body.
because also, even if you buy like from Amazon,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised how many products you can buy off of Amazon who don't have COAs. And maybe they're just hemp oils, or maybe they're just, again, a lot of times, I buy some great things from Amazon.
Sure.
But
As
also
do I.
I bought some crap things from Amazon too.
Oh, I've had my share
So
too.
if they're buying it from Amazon, they're getting it from a gas station, then that could be their smoking gun. That could
Yeah.
be why their CBD is not working for them.
Right.
So again, that's one of the things you need to look at is, are you buying from a reputable source?
Right.
Because if you're not, that's probably why your CBD isn't working for you.
Yeah.
And then are you taking it correctly? There are so many different ways to take CBD. If you stop and think about this, Jason, when you put new batteries into a TV remote, if you put them in the wrong way, does your TV remote work?
No.
So you have to go back in. You have to change those batteries around, put them in the right way, and then try it again to make sure your TV works.
Right.
Once you put them in the right way, it works perfectly.
Yeah. There is a workaround, though. You can get up off the couch and go manually turn it, but who wants to do that, right?
Or if you have kids, you can tell your kids to go, hey.
That's even better.
There you go.
So you know what? And I did not know the answer to this question. And it was a really good question. You would think that I would have known the answer. But somebody asked me, can you take a tincture, put it on your hand, and rub it in? Would it be effective? And I couldn't answer that question because I don't know the answer to it. I just told him, I said, I don't know, but I'll get back with you. I'm going to ask John because John would know. So before you answer, my thought would be it would be effective, but not as effective as taking it under your tongue.
Correct. So the tinctures are made. It's made with an oil that actually is made that's a water soluble.
Okay.
It's made for ingestion.
Right.
So it's made so that you can actually digest it directly into your digestive system, and allows your gut to absorb that directly into your gut through your liver, and then allows the CB1 and CB2 receptors to take that directly into your bloodstream.
Makes sense.
So if you put it on your skin, again, it's going to be a topical, but it's not made with a transdermal like our transdermals are. So the emollients that we use for the transdermal are not going to allow it to penetrate the skin.
Gotcha.
So since it doesn't have those same things, it won't be absorbed.
So it's going to be the same than like the roll-on.
So it'll be kind of like a roll-on. So it'll give you that CBD response that you have with a roll-on.
Right.
So it'll decrease the inflammatory response or decrease pain in that one generalized area, but it will not do anything for you through the blood. So it won't affect the rest of the body.
Okay.
It will strictly just work on that one area.
Yeah. Thank you for that answer, by the way. Something that's kind of misleading is, let's talk about the dosaging. So if you get a tincture, and it's 1,000 milligrams, okay? And I know this, not everybody knows the answer to this. Some people are assuming that they're getting 1,000 milligrams when they do one of those dosages, and that's not the case.
That's not the case.
So the case is, it's divided by 30.
Correct.
That's what you're basically getting, because there's 30 dosages in there.
Yes.
So 30 divided by 1,000, and that's what you're going to be getting for that, out of that dropper on that given day. So if you take half, it would be reduced by 50%. So.
Yep. So
Good
30
stuff.
milligrams essentially for those.
Awesome.
Which again, that's not a bad dose, because when you stop and look at that, like even these here, these are actually 25 milligrams.
Okay.
So, and each gummy is 25 milligrams. Is that a good dose? Absolutely, that's a good dose. Is it going to give you the response you want? Not always, because that has to be absorbed through the gut.
The gut.
So it's going to take a while before it gets absorbed,
Right.
and by the time that those receptors get the CB1, CB2 receptors get the CBD, again, it's already gone through your gut, all the food, all the acid, everything else.
Gotcha.
So it's going to take longer. Plus, some of that CBD has kind of been broken down by some of those stomach acids. So one of the most common way to take it, and some of the best ways to take it, of course, is a tincture,
Right.
or transdermal. Also, smokable hemp is another way that we have. We also have smokable hemp that we use.
Right.
That's another way. But you get microbursts of those things, because what happens is that when you smoke that in and you inhale the hemp, you get these little microbursts of the hemp and the CBD into your alveoli. So you get that really great response.
Right.
But it's not long acting.
Gotcha.
So again, but it works really, really well for a lot of different people.
So you get the benefits of cannabis without the psychoactive component.
Well,
getting high.
Well, yeah. Well, you're essentially you're getting the response of hemp.
Hemp.
So it's not cannabis at all.
Right.
It's hemp.
Not to confuse the two.
Yeah, let's not confuse those, because I don't want to confuse anyone at all.
Right.
So yeah. So again, back to this whole thing with the TV remote. So again, if we get individuals to taking the products the right way, sometimes maybe the reason their CBD isn't working for them is because maybe they're not taking it the right way. So maybe if they are taking gummies, or maybe they're taking a roll-on versus a tincture, or maybe they're just taking a transdermal versus a tincture, or maybe they're just looking at smoking it versus taking orally, because we also have tablets too, or capsules. There's other ways we can try to give them that allow them opportunities to consume the CBD in the right way.
Yeah. I know our chief technical officer, David, has had a positive response. He mixes it up. He does the tincture and also the gummies.
Yeah, well, David does like everything. He makes
Try it, David. Try it.
I think he puts it in like this little witch potion.
He's
I'm just kidding, David. You don't make a witch potion.
We're just joking with you, David. But but no, it's good that we're hearing positive things, and from people here in the office. Like, I get positive responses. I know David, and I know you're an active user of
my family, my kids.
Family.
Yeah, we have so many friends and family that take our products, and they just absolutely have a great response. So I'm really, really pleased with what we've done so far. So again, if the CBD again isn't working for you, we'll find a way to get a response for you that will work. Either it's through, again, we have 42 different products right now that we have for different consumers. And we did that because we want to find a way. It's not a one-size-fits-all scenario when it comes to CBD.
Yeah.
So we try to provide as many options as we possibly can for every consumer.
Right.
And that's not easy, but again, it's important because we want individuals to enjoy what CBD can do for you. Because it really can. A lot of people are like, well, is it like a miracle drug? It really is. It's a miracle plant.
Right.
It's a miracle plant. It does so many amazing things that it's done for over 3,000 years.
Right.
That just, I don't know why it hasn't been used more prominently throughout history.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, it's China used it for so long, and it's been a secret in China. Now it's been really becoming prominent all throughout the world.
Yeah.
So I really hope that we really take use of this plant and use it to its maximum potential.
Yeah, I remember Dr. Askew on a previous show said that hemp has been around for thousands of years.
Yeah, over 3,000 years.
3,000 years, that's amazing.
3,000 years.
And now we're here today, 3,000 years later, to the present, and utilizing the CBD out of that hemp plant, and the benefits that we get from it. So we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Obviously from 3,000 years ago, but.
So some of the things that we'll do is, if you're looking at if you're using a topical cream and that's not working for you for your pain, then we'll look at maybe moving you to like a transdermal cream.
Right.
So actually, transdermal will get directly into the bloodstream as opposed to a topical area. Same thing with your gummies or capsules. Maybe those aren't absorbing well enough for your digestive tract. So maybe we'll consider putting a sublingual, which is a tincture.
Right.
And then we also have some other varying products. Again, we have so many different products. So whatever that the consumer needs, we're going to find a way to get their needs met.
Yeah.
Which is exciting for us.
One of the things that I did see, then I don't think that it's even on our what is it called? Our things to consider as far as a new product. What is it? Those CBD infused bath bombs.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're like 10 milligrams. I mean, how much are you really absorbing of that? I guess it's more of a.
I think that's more of just. Yeah. Unfortunately, at 10 milligrams, you're right. You're not really getting enough response. For you to get a good response from some of those bath bombs,
right.
If they made them more like at 40 to 50 milligrams,
that would be different.
That would be a good response for individuals. Sure. Because can you imagine sitting in that response, in that CBD bath,
right.
With the 50 milligrams of CBD. So not only is it going to essentially soften your skin, it's also going to help with essentially tightening your skin as well.
Right.
And any type of those receptors on top of your skin that have any type of inflammatory response, it's going to decrease those inflammatory responses.
Wow.
So for those nail biters, I used to be one. So for those nail biters, if you have those little hangnails, it'll start to heal those areas.
Wow.
Which is really kind of cool.
That is.
Or ingrown toenails, look to heal those type of things. There's just really so many different things that you can really work on. So it's amazing. It really is amazing.
Super excited.
Yeah. And Natalie just posted. She said because it's a threat to big pharma, and she's absolutely right. Yeah. That's probably one of the biggest reasons we have not seen the use of CBD in today's market, because it's big pharma. Unless they can control it, they don't really want it out there, because Vicodin, Xanax, and all these other opioids is what brings in big money for them.
I'm sure it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So.
So tonight's giveaway, guys, we have a number of individuals that are on our show tonight, and we thank you as always for joining us this evening. We're going to be giving away a variety pack of. We have these V-hemp drinks here, which we haven't had on the show in a while. So you have we have a couple of different ones. We have the fruits and vegetables. We have one here with all veggies. This one's fruits veggies also, and 20 milligrams of CBD. This one is the mango with 20 milligrams of CBD, and this one is the watermelon, which I think I like that one the most.
The watermelon's awesome.
Yeah, watermelon's good. Also 20 I'm tongue-tied tonight. I don't know why. 20 milligrams of CBD. I need some CBD in my tongue.
You need some CBD. So the giveaway would be
Yes.
Your choice of two.
Two of those, and we're also going to be giving away a 30-day supply of gummies as well.
Oh, wow.
So we'll get two of those and the gummies. So let's see who our winner is tonight.
Who's our winner?
Who is our winner?
Spin the wheel.
Our Wheel of Fortune is going to be Andrew and Lucy Solis.
Oh, wow. Okay. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Andrew and Lucy Solis. You are tonight's winners for our V-hemp and our gummies for tonight.
Those will certainly come in handy.
Yeah, and Kimmy, these are great drinks. We actually sell these as well. These right now, these are healthy version of these. These sell for $5.99 per can. We don't have a whole lot. We have a few cases left of those. Yeah. We definitely have a lot more of the unhealthy version, which is the cocaine brand, which is our energy drink.
The energy
the
drink.
high caffeine energy drink.
Yes.
Which we showed on our last show. Those actually sell for $2.99 a can, and those a lot of people love those just because of the name.
Novelty.
Yeah, it's a novelty item. So, and it's amazing because a lot of people are like, I'd like to buy some cocaine, and they're like, people are looking at you like, what? Who's selling cocaine?
Well, I was going to mention a store. A lot of people probably won't remember this store. Remember back in the day when we were kids, going to Ingram Mall, there was a place called Spencer's.
Yes.
They had a lot of little knickknacks kind of stuff, and that would have fit perfect in Spencer's,
Absolutely,
but,
there would.
I haven't seen a Spencer's around in years. Have you? I think they closed that.
I don't think I've seen one for quite a while.
That shows us how old we are, man. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight.
Yes.
As always, we love having you guys here. If you have any questions at all, feel free to always send us any comments that you have. We'd always answer your comments. We are actually putting together a medical review board that will allow a lot of our consumers, when you have questions, to be answered by a board of our physicians that we're putting together.
Nice.
Some physicians who are actually really big into CBD right now. So I have 3 or 4 physicians currently I'm talking to build this board of physicians who actually will be able to respond to patients' questions once a week, every Friday. They'll be able to respond to any type of questions that our consumers will have about our products.
A perfect example of what are you doing different than other CBD companies. So that's just a perfect example.
Really, and I think for us, this is part of what Mike Anthony's been trying to brand for us is we have this whole thing about empirical cares, and for us, it really is about giving back to the community for us. And you want to be able to make a difference in today's society, good, bad, or indifferent. Our goal is to make sure that we're trying to always put our best foot forward. Ultimately, that's all we can do. Yeah. So we try to help nonprofits and charities and do the best that we possibly can, and we're always going to try to put our best foot forward.
Awesome.
So, but again, we thank you for joining us this evening, and we look forward to seeing you for episode number 16 next week.
Number 16. But on a side note, real quick, thanks for sharing, Laura. Spencer's, I think, is still around.
She said they're still around.
Wow.
Nice.
I haven't seen one personally in a while, but
I have to get to the mall more.
I haven't been to the mall.
I've only been to Lock and Terra. I don't think I've seen a Spencer's out there.
Once Amazon came on, I do a lot of Amazon shopping. It's just I'm lazy. But anyways, we appreciate you guys tuning in.
Absolutely.
Please remember to comment, like, comment,
and share, guys.
And
we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Have a great one.
You have a good evening.